Hey, you, have you ever thought, I wish there were more spiritual themes in films and TV? Or maybe you're just looking for more entertainment options that maybe mention astrology or tarot or spiritual awakening. Yeah, me too. Today on Exploring Spirituality, there just aren't enough, in my opinion, films or TV series or entertainment options with spiritual themes. Yeah, there might be films that kind of reference it or maybe show a tarot card or maybe kind of hint around that this is a big deal that's happening in their life. Like coming of age films are basically Saturn return films. Um, but they don't say it. They don't say, having a Saturn return, I gotta go check in with my astrologer. No, they don't do that now, but that's what I'm looking for. So that's what this video is. I'm just putting it out there that I want more spiritually. How do I want to say that? I want more spiritually themed entertainment options. It's not easy. So, one of my, I don't know, it's an old film and I love it because it's got a young Cary Grant in it, but it also has an astrology theme to it. It is Mae West's 1932 film, I'm No Angel. In it, her character goes to their astrologer, they get a reading, they get a paper chart, and then throughout the film, she refers back to her chart. She's like, oh, I gotta go check my chart. Really, throughout the film. It's great. I love it. And more importantly, she wrote this film. So I believe, just based on that alone, that she used astrology in her real life. She obviously cared about it enough to put it into a film. So I love that film. I couldn't find it. It's not on my DVR anymore. We lost our data from our DVR, so it's not there anymore. I wish I could link to it. Find it if you can. If it pops into your streaming service or on your cable, check it out. It's so much fun. Again, it's Mae West's I'm No Angel from 1932, the young Cary Grant. It's good. Anyway, part of the reason why I am doing this video today is, yes, I want more astrology things, but I was also spirituality things, and I was also inspired by the Astrology podcast. In a recent episode, Chris Brennan and Lisa Shine reviewed films with astrology themes. And let me get the title in my notes. It's called Movies for Astrologers, Astrology Themes in Films. And I can't remember how many films they looked at, 10 or 12. Some fiction, some nonfiction. They watched them, reviewed them, discussed the astrology in them. It was so much fun. So check out that podcast. Of course, I'll link to it below. I also have a few honorable mentions, series and things that popped up into my awareness recently that I want to give a shout out to. Turner Classic Movies has their Spotlight series, and in July of 2021, they did a series called Spotlight Star Signs with Susan Miller. And for that whole month of, I think it was Tuesdays, doesn't matter, Alicia Malone, who is a host at Turner Classic Movies, talked about the star signs. I think it was their sun signs of the stars in the films that they were highlighting. So Alicia Malone talked it over with Susan Miller, and I know that they did the astrology of like, I think it was just light astrology. I think it was just sun signs. I'm not sure. They did Audrey Hepburn. I know that they had Marilyn Monroe. Let's see if there's anybody else. They did a bunch. They showed a lot of films. I'm not even thinking of the guys. that they highlighted, but they would do the two co-stars and how their astrology worked and played together on the film. It was very interesting. And again, it's like bringing astrology into the mainstream a little bit, even though it's classic films. It was fantastic. But it's not just classic films. There are, last year, Starz on cable had a series called The Luminaries, which was kind of period themed and also astrological themed, and maybe a little twin flame theme in there as well. It was only 6 episodes long. I think it's available to stream, so I'll link that below. But in it, it's these two star-crossed lovers can't find their way to each other, but they can feel each other and they can sense each other, see what each other's seeing, and feel what each other's feeling. The I don't know, antagonist, the character in the film that really kind of mixes things up is the person with the astrology. I think she had like a round table with the zodiac signs and maybe even house divisions. She also had a model of the solar system. I don't know how accurate it is to 1860 standards, but I found it pretty fascinating. Check it out. I'll link to it below. There is also a TV series on Hallmark channel called The Good Witch. Honorable mention for Hello, Good Witch. It's a series that doesn't really vibe with me, so I don't watch it, but it's a good witch. I think that qualifies for the topic we're covering today. In my research, I found that there were many, many, many films on Buddhism. One Wikipedia page, if you trust Wikipedia, it's just a page that listed 65 films about Buddhism. I think that one's covered. Also in my research, I found tarottotes.com. They sell tarot cards and like the little bags for them. They have a list of tarot in films, or tarot references in films. They list about 45 to 50 films. It's fascinating to look at that list, so I'll link to that below. And let's manifest this. Let's ask for what we want and get clear in our intentions. We want more films, TV series, entertainment options with accurate, interesting, sophisticated, spiritual references, themes, or subjects. Let's just put that energy out there. Maybe we can manifest this a little bit. Like I do in every video, I highlight excuse me. Like I do in every video, I highlight one of my favorite light workers. Today it's going to be Brennan in the Astrology podcast. He is an astrologer, lecturer, author, podcaster. I think he has schools and content to learn from. He is a master of astrology. I don't know. He's pretty awesome. It seems like every content he puts out there and every time he opens his mouth, I learn more about astrology. So I am a big fan of his, and he's located out of Denver, Colorado, as am I. So I like to think we're homies, even though we've never met. I just think he's really great. So check him out. I will link to his websites. I will link to the YouTube channel with the Astrology podcast. I will link it up below. Check in on him. See what you think. Follow, subscribe. You probably already are. He's like big in the astrology community. What else? I think that's it. If this video resonated with you, if this topic speaks to you, if you'd also like to see more astrology, tarot, awakening, spiritual, just any of it. If you'd like to see more astrology themes in our entertainment options, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm grateful for your support. And until next time on Exploring Spirituality, be well.